What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. Today on the table in front of us is the phenomenal Cold Steel AD10. This is a Demko design, and he makes custom versions of this called the ADMG AD10, that are, $800 or $900. This, when I got it, was $140. It is an exceptional knife. Now, it's huge, but again, I like big knives. I have an early one. This has a really nice hollow grind on it, which means this big, thick, and it is very thick, chunk of S35 VN steel is incredibly slicey. It cuts things much like a much smaller knife, and that is important. And unlike many cold steel knives, the G10 on this is textured in such a way that it doesn't grind up your pockets. It rides exceptionally well just for that. And I have had a really good experience owning and using this knife. Now, apparently the new ones are flat ground, and that is problematic to me because it's the hollow grind on that blade that makes this thing worth it to me. I don't know what else to say about that. If you have a new one and it's flat ground, I'd love to hear what you think. I think that these hollow grind ones are going to be harder and harder to come by because, again, that does make them sort of special. With the flat grind, this thing is very, very similar to the Ultimate Hunter. It's a little bigger, but in many ways it's similar, and that knife is also a Demko design. And the primary difference to me is that this has that hollow grind, whereas the the Ultimate Hunter has a flat grind. So with this knife having a flat grind, I would be hard-pressed to replace my Ultimate Hunter with it. However, I'm lucky, and that's not the case for me. These sell for about $180 now. I still think that if you don't have an Ultimate Hunter and you're looking for a big chunk of S35 VN steel on a good hard-use knife, this is an excellent direction to go. The Triad lock, also designed by Demko, means that when this thing is popped open, it's not going anywhere. You can beat the crap out of this. Now, again, I don't do that. My knives do not live hard lives, and that's okay with me. But if you're looking for a knife that is tough and rides the pocket reasonably well for its size and has excellent design qualities and fit and finish, you cannot go wrong. This is Cold Steel absolutely at their best as far as I'm concerned. Now, I have the AD15 as well. We'll talk about that in another video. Another Demko design, that one with the Scorpion lock. I just love this thing. I say that a lot about the knives that I share with you guys, and that's because at this point I have refined my collection down to mostly knives that I love. And so you're going to hear that a bunch. If you get a chance to get if you get a chance to get your hands on one of these, I recommend it. I really do. If you can find one of these older ones with the hollow grind, I suggest that above all the new ones. It's just a really good knife. I've taken it camping. I've taken it outdoors with me. I've used it from everything from fire starting to basic outdoor stuff, rope cutting. I have even shaved some wood with it for kindling. And as, at least so far, there is not a mark or mar anywhere on the blade. It is just a really durable knife. Most importantly, it's a comfortable knife. Now, again, I have really big hands. You can choke up a little on this choil. I don't recommend getting too aggressive. The plunge grind right there is pretty close, but you can if you want to do fine work. The tail end of this knife is designed in such a way that your fingers just lock right in. The jimping is just enough. It's not overly done, but it gives you a little extra grip, particularly if your hands are wet or if it's wet outside, and I have had this thing out in the wet. I love this knife. I recommend them. In short, this is a good one. Now, Cold Steel still makes a bunch of gas station level stabbing knives. Lynn Thompson loves his fighting knives, and I don't blame him for that. I think that they do what they do, and they do it very well. This is something else. This is just a good, hard-use camp knife that has many purposes and functions outside of that. It makes a great EDC if you're wearing jeans or heavier pants. It is a great utility knife. The design on the blade allows it for good food prep. This is just an excellent all-around knife. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will be back a little later with some more stuff here on The Therapeutic Edge. If you like what you've seen, feel free to like and subscribe. If you have any questions or want to tell me how wrong I am about this knife, or any knives, you feel free to drop those in the comments. I love talking to the people that manage to watch my videos. Thank you again for your time. I'll see you next time.